Ugh, man, look at that. Got like Elvis hair here. What's up, everybody? John from Old Reading Farm here. Thanks for joining us. In today's video, got the old tape measurer out. We're down in the wood yard, phase 2. I got a fire going because it is freezing out here, and we're gonna be building stuff today. So, what I'm gonna be building today is a new hay feeder for our girl alpacas. So, little backstory. I have always wanted to build more hay feeders because the one that I built I think is pretty nifty, and we sold it, we sold one of them, one of them. We sold at least one of them, proof of concept, and using milled lumber, but it was made out of oak and it was super heavy, so it was difficult to get in the guy's truck. But I got a lot of interest on it, and so I'm always sort of thinking about ways to make it better. But recently we found out that it's actually the same amount of money for hay to get small square bales delivered and stacked as it is to go and pick up large square bales. So the large square bales are the big ones that we feed to the girls, and those are around 750 pounds each, and they're like 3 foot by 4 foot by almost 8 foot. So they're very big. We need to use the tractor to get them on there. And you know, I had previously built a hay feeder for them that was made for like one big square bale, but it's now falling apart and broken. I'm sorry, instead of going forward with the big squares, I want to try going with the small squares. And I'm sort of imagining that we can have a couple of different hay feeders for the girls. We can have them in a couple different locations, sort of spread it out a little bit. And then, you know, we can make it so that we can just drop a couple bales of hay and go forward. But right now, the girls are out of hay and I don't have any more big squares. So I am currently working on just one small square hay feeder, and I have an improvement over my last design. So my last design, and I'll show it here now, maybe there's even like a little video clip that we can show of me building it last time. So it had like feet, and then it had a single post on either side, and then it had a, what do they call it? Gable roof. And so I'm gonna do a similar design, but instead of doing the post and the perpendicular feet and top, I'm just gonna do an X. And so that should be much stronger, and I'm thinking it's gonna be much quicker for me to build, so I think it'll also be something that I can sell. Anyway, I'm gonna put it together, I'm gonna do some time lapses and talk to you guys about it while I'm doing it. Let's get started. All right, so all I did was I cut a 20-degree angle on this, and then I made it about 5.5 feet long, cut the opposite angle here so that it'll stand up like this, and then this plane is level to the bottom plane so that the roof can sit flat on this. So now I'm just gonna make another one of those cuts, and I'm just gonna test this out before I cut it on the rest of them, because I'm also gonna do a notch in here so that they sit real nice and tight together. So let's keep going. All right. So this is the basic idea here. I decided not to cut a notch in it because I think that would just be too much work, and I'm trying to just get this done. But I think this will also be strong enough. And so I'm gonna put this on a pallet, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna secure it to the pallet yet, but there is nothing holding these two X's together currently. The only thing that's holding them together is really the tension that's sitting in this 2x4, because if I, move this, so it's just sort of balancing there for now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some supports on the bottom so to kind of connect these two together, and yeah, just sort of go from there. I guess maybe I'll put one like right in the middle. I don't really have a need for that. And yeah, so this is actually going pretty well. So I just need to make sure that they're equidistant apart, and bing bang boom, going to be done pretty soon. All right, so I apologize if there's wind. It's a little windy now, but so I have this most of the way done. I just need to put some roof panels on it and then get the cattle panels here, put the hinges on, and then I'm basically good. I need to secure it to the pallet. I did notice that it is a little taller than I think I would have made it otherwise, but there's nothing I can do about that now. Maybe I'll just get Catherine a step stool. for when she has to put the hay in there. Because, you know, I have a problem where I'm 6'4" and the rest of the world is not that tall. But so it's hard for me to not build things for Tall John, because Tall John is tall. Anyway, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take a quick lunch break, I think, first, and then I'll put that together, and then maybe we'll give some hay to the ladies and we can talk about our alpacas. All right, so here's where we're at so far. It's looking pretty good for a throwing together sort of thing. The only issue that I'm noticing is, again, it is very tall. So it is just about my height. So I think it's gonna be impossible for Catherine to throw a hay bale in here. So maybe this will be my job. But so it's a little wobbly that way. So I think I'm just gonna throw in some cross braces down on the bottom, because this is also very top heavy with this roof. So I'm thinking, I have it on this pallet right now. I'm not 100% sure that I'm gonna have it on a pallet going forward. I need to sort of plan that out a little more, because here's the thing. Usually I would have a tray right at the bottom to catch, you know, whatever hay falls out of this as the animals pick it. I just don't know if it's worth it to do that. And this is big enough, so I think I'm also just gonna, usually I would enclose this part with wood, but I think I'm just gonna use another cattle panel side here so that we have, you know, alpacas pulling on it from all sides. And so now the plan is, obviously this isn't gonna feed all 20 of our girls. So I think what I'm also gonna do is, once I have this set and I have the food out for them, I'm gonna go take a look at our other feeder, which is basically just a platform, and see if there's a way that I can sort of make that work a little bit better. I'm not 100% sure that I'll be able to fix it, but maybe there's a way that I can get it set so that maybe I can even just put some cattle panels on it. And you'll see what I mean. Maybe I make like a fenced in area inside of that hay feeder, and then we can just toss, because there's a roof on it, and then we can just toss the hay bales over it. It's all coming together. Sometimes it's a little slow up here. Oftentimes it's a little slow up here, but pretty happy with where we're at so far. So what I'm gonna do, well, so I don't think I'm ever gonna pick it up with the forks through here. So I might cut these end slats so that it sits down all the way on the bottom. And then I may have some wood pieces go, you know, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to figure it out, and then I'm gonna film it when I'm done. Okay, so I'll be right back. All right, so what I got here, I just ran two 2x4s underneath all the slats for the pallet, and then I screwed that into there, and I put some screws through there. So now this is, you know, much more attached to the pallet. That'll give it a lot more stability and a lot less concern of lifting the roof over and having it tip over, because now there's a much wider base. The base is much wider than the roof. And, you know, if I really need to, I can put, you know, some 4x4s down here to really give it some heft. But I don't think that'll be necessary. So now I'm going to take all this stuff, because now really the only thing I have left to do is attach the roof to the thing, attach the cattle panels to the sides, and then that's about it. Woo! All right, here we go. All right, so I'm filming in the garage because it is super windy out there, but you can see over my shoulder, it is all done. The hay feeder is done. I'm not 100% sure about its holding mechanism. So it's currently, I don't know if you can see it right there. It's hanging down from the roof. Wow. Well, I guess that's fine. Whatever. Anyway, it's hanging down from the roof, so I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna work out when there's hay inside of it. But so what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna bring it over there, and then I'll bring some hay up and I'll fill it, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. I'll give you a quick little tour around it to show you what I mean, and then we'll go feed the alpacas. All right, so this plan is not gonna be one that I think we're gonna sell. This ended up being much more utilitarian than I thought. I should have done the little notch in here, because then this side would be completely flush, you know, because you can see right now that this is sort of sticking out. It's not ideal, but you can see, I mean, it's all right. It's all right. Catherine's home now. Hi, Catherine.
Look at this person. She just left angry faces on all of our posts.
Did she?
She probably thinks we're a scammer.
All right, so got everything all set. It's actually the next morning because yesterday was super duper windy. So let me show you what we're working with. So I got what's that, Cinnamon and Sophie over here. So I'm gonna need to do some figuring out on this. And I think I had already said that. Wow, look at that. Just go that way. I don't understand. I mean, I've had this hair my whole life. Ugh. What do you think? Should we put up a poll? Should John shave his head? Yes or no? Or yes or yes? But anyway, just ignore that if possible. So let's see. So I think I already said that this is not gonna be like one that I'm gonna sell. It's a little rickety, which is okay for now, because this is really just a temporary thing. But you know, I gotta say, it is nice that everybody actually fits around this. Hi, Aspen. But so the issue is, so I can fit 3 bales of hay in this, and they're probably gonna go through this in one day. So my plan is to actually sort of fix this one or redo it. So the problem with the big one that I have over here, besides the fact that it's falling down, is just the way that I had built this. So you can see these supports came out with the weight, and we had a lot of snow. But so the roof is intact, and these, I believe all the 4x4s are just fine. So I feel that we should be able to, yeah, actually I got one 4x4 that's broken right there. But I think for the most part, the rest of them are fine. My plan is gonna be to sort of throw a rope around the top there, pull it back to stand it all up straight. And then I think I'll just put some more bracing on there, but I'll do it with, I'll get some, I ordered some 6-inch bolts from Amazon, so we'll bolt everything together with diagonal bracing, like going full from like the bottom here to the top. Sorry if it's windy. And then I just think that way it'll be a better fit. So anyway, I'll leave you with some video of the girls enjoying the new Hayfeeder. Also, before we go, I just wanted to shout out our vet, which is Tri-State Veterinary Services LLC. I mean, it looks a little gross right now, but Willow actually had a very deep cut, like a big wound on her back. She must have like rolled into a stick or something. And so clearing this out is also on my agenda. But they came and cleaned her out, gave her antibiotics. They had to come back again to just make sure it was all good. But the second time it was all good. She's all healed up and looking good. How we doing, Mags? Fine, dear. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.